Is your business right for Google Ads? In this video, we're going to look at the top 4 things that you should consider before you spend any money on Google Ads. Now, I've worked with over 100 businesses, either directly or through audits over the last 20 years on Google Ads, and so I have seen what has worked, what has not worked. A lot of businesses were starting from scratch trying to make Google Ads work, and so I'm going to give you all of my insights and experiences of what has worked on Google Ads and what hasn't. Now, the first criteria that I'm going to recommend is that people actually know what it is that you do and are looking for that type of solution. So if you are an innovative company, you're providing something that no one is quite yet aware exists yet, then Google search probably is not going to work that great for you. Google works really well when someone is actively looking for what it is that you offer and they need that thing right now. So YouTube ads might be more appropriate if you're trying to build awareness or do some education in the marketplace. But for Google search, you probably want to steer clear unless people are aware that companies like you exist, that solutions that you offer do exist, and they are searching for that solution on Google. Now, the second thing you want to consider are, do you have good profit margins? Businesses that don't do really well are things that have really small profit margins. Grocery stores, restaurants, even pest control is really challenging on Google Ads because the profit margins are just super tiny. And so ideally you want big profit margins, lots of room to work with, because your conversion rate, so the amount of people that you get to click who actually become a customer, is a really small percentage. It's only about 1% in a lot of industries. And so you have to be able to afford, 99% of your traffic not turning into customers for this to work for you. And so it does work for companies. They just have to have enough profit margin where it's affordable. So how much profit margin? Well, in an ideal scenario, you're at 5 figures or more per sale. That would be a great figure to look at. And so if you're less than that, it just might be a little bit of a hit or miss, depending on how competitive your market is, how expensive your market is. But if you have, $1,000 plus profit to be had for every customer that you generate, then Google Ads might be right for you. It probably is going to be if someone is actively looking for what you offer, as we mentioned in the previous step. Now, alongside with profit margins, criteria number 3 is, do you have sufficient budget? Now, if you're trying to just generate one customer a month and you're only spending, very small amount of budget on your ads, Google's not going to work for you. You need to have consistent spending. You need to have sufficient data for Google to work with so that things can be optimized, so that you can find what works and push into it. And so that requires a significant budget every single month. How much budget? Well, you ideally need to generate at least 30 leads per month. And so take your average cost per lead, multiply that by 30. It's really hard to say for every business, but typically, if you're spending at least $5,000 a month, you're probably going to be okay. The more you spend, the better, the easier it will be. But, $2,000 might be okay, $4,000 might be okay, but you do want to be spending at least $5,000 a month to make sure that you're getting quick results and that you're going to have long-lasting results that are going to perform well and be consistent. And so a really good minimum budget to spend on Google Ads would be between maybe $3,000 and $5,000 a month. And the fourth criteria that you need to consider before you embark in Google Ads is, are you able to track your results? Now, your website should be able to trigger an event once somebody becomes a lead for you, but that is a necessary requirement to be successful on Google Ads. You can even go so far as to track when people actually become a sale. So somebody clicks on your ad, comes to your website, calls you on the phone, and then through a series of qualification steps becomes a customer. All of that needs to be tracked in an ideal scenario. But at the very least, if somebody comes to your website, fills out a web form, calls the phone number, initiates a live chat, any of those steps, you need to track those events, because that data can then be put back into Google Ads, and then you can see exactly what that person searched for, where they were located, what the ad was that generated that lead, and all of these things and data points that you can use and Google can use to then replicate those events. So tracking is very important and a necessary component of a successful Google Ads campaign. Now, if you meet all of these criteria and you know that Google Ads is right for your business, you still need to know how to do it well so that you don't waste money, so that you don't waste time, and so that you don't generate a lot of time-wasting leads that are low quality. And so if you want to work with us, that's something that we can absolutely help you with. Click the link below in the description and you can find out more information about us. There's also this video that you can check out. It tells you the exact campaigns that you should be running to be successful on Google Ads in the first 30 days. I highly recommend it. Really great details in that video that can help you get started. Well, thank you for watching this video. Click the link below if you'd like more information about working with us, and I will see you on the next video.